Do you know that everyone has angels on the right and angels on the left? You know that or not? You really do you know that? Are you sure you know that? No, we are not sure. Are you sure? If somebody's stalking you, you would know, wouldn't you? They are more than stalking you. Stalking maybe a couple steps behind you. But they are there. Do you feel them? Do you feel them? Do you feel them? Our mullah. Do you feel them?
In a physical aspect, no.
In any spiritual or imaginary or whatever.
Yeah.
No. The first thing toward cure is what? When you have a problem and you want to cure it.
Acceptance.
Diagnosis means what? You have to admit your problem. You know the people that have a drinking problem. Their problem is they don't think they drink.
Habiba Beg.
Now, what happens if somebody does to you what they're doing to the Palestinians in Gaza? Again, you're talking without permission. Yes. No, I didn't tell you to talk.
You said yes.
No, I didn't. No, you raise your hand. I didn't ask you to talk. Put your hand down. Yes, brother.
Well, I mean, ideally you would want to, like, if this was happening to me and if you, like, it's
No,
not...
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to remove this jacket off you. I'm going to take it for me. What are you going to do? You're going to let me have it?
No.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to fight back and say no.
Yeah. What if your sister being raped in front of your eyes? What are you going to do?
I'm going to beat that guy up.
Or are you going to run away because you don't want to be hit?
No, I'm gonna
What about you? Really? No. What about you?
I want to say I would fight him, but I don't know what I would do in that situation.
What about you? What do you want to kill you? You're gonna just sit there and say, okay, wait a minute, kill me from this side, or give me anesthesia first before you kill me? What are you gonna do, brother? You're gonna run? Just run. What about you, sister? You have younger brothers or sisters? You have? How old are they? Excuse me? You have anybody has little babies in the family? Yes? How old? 2 years old, right? What if that 2 years old is sick, running temperature, and hungry, and you have no food in the house? Yes. There is no store. If you go out of... No. Yes.
If I was in that situation, I'd steal for it. If I know the means of getting more.
No, there is no stealing because there is no stores, and the stores have nothing there. And the only way you have to do what some of them, they want to cross the borders to Egypt. Because they have to blow a hole in the fence to get across. And guess what? They let them in for a couple of days, and then what? What, brother?
Then after that, they're not allowed anymore.
Not only allowed, they are kicked out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that happens to you? Anybody has uncles or aunts around? Yeah, you have uncles or aunts around? Can you imagine your uncle or aunt? It's an uncle or an aunt?
3 uncles and 3 aunts.
3 uncles and 3 aunts. Where do they live?
One of my uncles lives in Lombard, and the other one lives in Oak Brook, and the third one lives in Wisconsin.
In Oak Brook.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You have no food, your house burned, and you only have the pajamas on in this freezing cold, and you go and knock your uncle's door to let you in, and he says, no, I'm sorry, I can't. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
Blood isn't thicker than water.
Blood is not thicker than water. Write this down. Blood is not thicker than water. Blood is not thicker than water or thicker than water. What do you think about that?
I hope blood is thicker than water, but I don't know the reality.
You see, we we are philosophers all of a sudden. We
Account.
are philosophers.
In that situation?
No, no, when you are sitting on the top of Mount Everest and you lost your candy bar and fell down, yeah.
If I was in my pajamas in the middle of the cold weather, sitting there without any food, I think I would sit down there and start crying and pray and like, yeah, that's all you could do in that situation.
What are you going to do? Will you not pay attention to the question?
I want to
You were? So what are you going to do?
pray to God.
That's all you're going to pray. You're going to freeze your buns. You're going to die. You're going to freeze and die. What are you going to do? Yes.
But we kind of do with the prophet, Prophet Musa. So that Islam did. First he prayed, and then he did some action. It was when he split the Red Sea, when he was escaping Pharaoh. He prayed first, and then after prayer he did action, and God helped him. So you'd pray first, and then you'd follow out, go find shelter somewhere, go build a fire somewhere to keep warm.
Yes.
This kind of reminds me, there was a news story a few years ago. There was an earthquake, I don't remember where it was, and there was a girl that was like stuck underneath rocks for 3 days. And as they were taking out the rocks, she was still alive and she was mumbling something. And then they soon realized that she was mumbling the kalima, and that she survived for 3 days. And
That was Pakistan, by the way.
Was that like 77 or something? I read that like, wasn't that like 70s or something days that someone was stuck in the earthquake and they came out alive?
70 days?
I think he was
Yeah,
I think it was 3 days.
We're missing the point now. The point is, she goes to her uncle, her house is burned, they are hungry, they are sick, they have no shoes and it's freezing, and the uncle sit behind the door and says, go away, you're not going to get in. What are you going to do?
Keep beating the door till he goes.
What are you going to do, brother?
Come to your house?
Funny, huh? What about you, Mullah?
Man, I'd keep beating down the door and be like, hey, come on, let me in. Force your way. You know,
Come on.
How do you feel, guys, if that happens to you?
Angry.
Heartbroken. Frustration.
Beat that up.
That's even worse than that. That's exactly what's happening there. And the same thing happening in Iraq, the same thing happening in Afghanistan. And do you know what's happening in Kashmir? Anybody knows what's going on in Kashmir? You know what Kashmir is, other than the jackets and the cashmere? You know what Kashmir is?
Yeah.
You know what Kashmir is?
Yes.
You are from Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
Which part of Pakistan?
Well, I'm not from Pakistan. My parents are, but I believe it's in the north.
They are from the north, right? Closer to or
Kashmir.
farther away? You are closer to Afghanistan, right?
Yeah.
Anybody knows anything about Kashmir?
Yeah.
Yes, what do you know?
It's a small area that's in between India and Pakistan, and the two countries have been fighting for it since the separation of the two lands. It's supposed to be very beautiful and rich and with a lot of natural resources.
You know how many Hindu soldiers there? Anybody knows? Excess of 500,000 soldiers there, raping and killing and devastating and oppressing, and you know what they're using there? They're using the Kashmiris. They're buying the Kashmiris because they have learned that the worst enemy of any country is what? Their own self. Their own selves. Why? Because if he's being plotted in the class, no offense. Would anybody pay attention that he's enemy? No. Would anybody think of him as an enemy? No. Anybody think the mullah is an enemy? No. But you know what they're counting on? We don't do the homework. We didn't excel in our studies. And worse yet, we are disconnected from God. We are totally disconnected from God. Because really, let's face it. Are we really connected with God? I want everybody to write just one paragraph to himself or to herself. Are we really connected with God? Because if you are connected with God, means what?
Do your homework.
What does it mean to be connected to God?
Pretty much like do your homework and like do well
You know when you have your phone connected to the charger, what do you see in the phone? You have a phone, cell phone? You have it on you?
Yes.
Open it. Everybody who has a cell phone, open it.
It's everybody.
You have a cell phone? You have a cell phone? Open it. If there is an indication there about being connected or disconnected from the battery,
Yeah. How many bars you have and how much battery life you got.
I already won.
You did?
Yeah, yes.
He didn't write you down.
I'm sure you did.
what's your problem? What's your problem? What's your problem?
Mine?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You have a phone?
Not with me. I left it not with me.
But you can tell if it's connected or not, right? How?
Because the bars just keep rising up. And they go
No,
up
this
and
is, you know if it's charged or not.
down. Oh, fully charged?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's all 3 bars of the battery.
If it's full charge, right?
Yes.
But if it's connected, there is a sign that shows it's connected, right?
Yeah.
No ringing? Mom?
And the sign usually says what? Just that,
It's going up.
going up and down. And some of them, some phones shows a plug. Where the battery is, shows there is a plug.
Rossi?